Yo guys, so today I've got something very interesting and very special. I'm going to be showcasing all of the TCG items from TBC. So all of these items are TCG, which means they come from the trading card game, which are pretty much borderline unobtainable at this point, unless you are extremely wealthy in real life and then can buy all the items. The trading card game has been discontinued, which means there's no more trading cards being manufactured, which means that the codes are very special and very unique at this point in time. I do speculate, however, that Blizzard will implement these and we will probably be able to buy them on some kind of item shop they set up very soon. So from the TCG cards you were able to get 8 Tabards. The first one I'm going to showcase here is Tabard of Flame. And according to wowtcgloot.com, this comes from the Heroes of Azeroth expansion, and you would get it in 1 out of 121 booster packs. The Heroes of Azeroth boxes contain 24 packs and cost approximately $45 each. Therefore, the average cost of obtaining this particular loot with random chance is $227. Again, this is all according to wowtcgloot.com. Surprisingly though, the Tabard of Flame seems relatively cheap in today's standards. There's an option to purchase it for around $37 right now. I'm not sure if this is a scam or if it's real, but that seems pretty cheap for a TCG item, especially one this old. The next Tabard is Tabard of Nature. Perfect for any druid main. They would probably be the only people to actually wear this tabard. And surprisingly enough, this is a lot more expensive than a Tabard of Flame. So this tabard was actually redeemed by collecting a certain amount of UDE points. Basically, back in the day, the people that had the license to do the trading card game was a company called Upper Deck. And basically in every booster pack there was an extra card that featured UDE points. So you would collect the booster packs and collect your points, and then you'd be able to redeem them for an item in game, like this one. Funnily enough, if you want this tabard right now on the actual game, it's going to cost you around $1,000. It's actually listed at $995 right now. That's the only option, and I'm guessing this is from someone back in the day who collected the packs and collected the points, and they're just holding on to it, waiting to sell them on. The next one is Tabard of the Arcane. This is obtained exactly the same way as you obtain Tabard of Nature by redeeming the UDE points. And on WoW TCG Loot, this is currently also going for $1,000. Tabard of the Void. This is also a UDE points tabard. In my opinion, it's one of the better looking tabards out of the 8. And you can currently purchase it for around $700. I have no idea why it's cheaper than the others, but it is. Next up we've got Tabard of Brilliance. I quite like this one as well. It'll probably suit a lot of armor sets. This is obtained using UDE points and is currently going for $700 on wowtcgloot.com. I have no idea why there's like a $300 difference between this and the Tabard of Nature. But I guess it doesn't really matter to me anyway, because I'll never be able to afford spending $1,000 on a TCG Tabard or World of Warcraft. Next up we've got the Tabard of Fury. I'm not the biggest fan of this one personally. This is also obtained using UDE points and is currently out of stock on the website, so it's not even available for purchase. Just saying, if I had these points and I could choose any tabard, I would not choose this one. Tabard of the Defender. Not really sure how I feel about this one, to be honest. I'll let you guys decide. Currently available for purchase for around $700. Last but not least, and the most expensive of them all, the Tabard of Frost. This tabard is also obtained using UDE points. Try and guess how much this cost before I put it on the screen. And don't cheat. Got an answer? Alright. $2,000. Now listen, this is unfathomable to me. But anyway, the price is the price, that is what it is. It must be that price for a reason. If you could choose any tabard, what one would you choose? Leave a comment below, let me know. I know there's a lot of pet collectors out there, and Blizzard did go pretty hard on the pets in TBC with the TCG loot. So the first one I'm going to show is bananas. According to TCGloot.com, you would get this little pet monkey in 1 out of 242 booster packs from the trading card expansion through the Dark Portal. It's also saying that the average cost to obtain this is $403. You know, back in the day, that's a pretty ludicrous amount to spend to get a little pet monkey, but if that's what you want to go for, that's what you want to go for. You can currently also buy this little pet monkey for $29 on the TCG website. Now the next pet I want to show is the Spirit of Competition. Now before you jump down my neck and scroll down to the comment section and type, oh this isn't a TCG pet, blah, 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 I know. But it's still a pet that we can't obtain anymore. It was only released for the Beijing 2008 Summer Olympics. Basically, by winning any battleground during that time, you would get that pet in the mail. You also got a special tabard called the Competitor's Tabard, which is also unobtainable now at this point. Alright, I also know that this one isn't TBC TCG, but it is very, very rare. It's from the Vanilla Collector's Edition. You also got the Diablo Stone and Zergling Leash, which I'll showcase in just a second. You know, it's funny, I've never actually seen a Zergling in-game on official realms. But if you want the Zergling Leash, the Panda Collar, or the Diablo Stone, it's going to cost you $379 minimum. And I actually doubt that Blizzard will add these to the store if they do a store for TBC. Primarily because these pets aren't TCG, they're from a collector's edition. I do like these pets and I thought to myself, you know, why not just showcase them? They probably won't be put into the game, so why not? Okay, so another pet that isn't strictly TCG. I think I'm on a bit of a roll here. Basically, you can't get this little murloc anymore. There was only 8,000 codes printed for the BlizzCon 2005 event. So I doubt you're going to be seeing him anytime soon. This will probably be the only time you actually see him actually on this video. So apparently one of the perks of having this pet is he just randomly decides to dance at random times. It doesn't matter whether you're dying or whether you're in a fight or if you're in a raid. He can just start dancing at random. So fun fact, Murky is supposedly the rarest pet in the game. All this attention for Murky, but he's also got a brother called Gurky. Now Gurky is exactly the same, he also dances, he sounds the same, he just looks a little bit different. So according to Wowhead, he was offered as a fan website's gift around Christmas 2006 in Europe, and he was also given out as a prize on WoW Europe's website for the 2008 Valentine's contest. On top of that, it was also a gift for the 2008 Midnight Launch photo contest. Got another comment from a guy called Rarojo on Wowhead. He says, got mine sent to me last year after I sent in photos of the official Revolution launch event in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. So these are still occasionally being handed out to people. So for a period of time, this pet was actually handed out to people for certain events. I bet you thought I was done with the Murlocs. Unfortunately not. There's one more called Lurky. And he is exactly the same as well, just looks a bit different. So apparently this Murloc only exists because Blizzard messed something up. So here's a top comment. It says, this is the European Collector's Burning Crusade Edition bonus non-combat pet. Since Blizzard screwed up the Collector's Pet in-game delivery, they had to make a mail system to validate Collector's Editions and offered Lurky as a bonus to make up for it. I mean personally, I've never seen one of these Murlocs on official servers. Alright, next up is Tyrael's Hilt. So you should know this guy from Diablo if you played Diablo before. If you haven't, not really a big deal to you. Basically, this pet was given out at the Worldwide Invitational in 2008, Paris. Fun fact, it was at this event that people were trying Raphael Lich King for the first time, and only 8,000 codes were printed. So if you haven't seen this pet before, I can't really blame you for that. There's only 8,000 of them. And funnily enough, I also accidentally found out it has an attack animation, which I'm pretty sure no one has actually ever seen before. Because how else would you get a non-combat pet to attack? I mean, I personally have never seen one on an official realm. So, if you want to buy this pet by any chance, it's going to cost you $7,000. So if there's any rich collectors out there that may want this pet, the chance is there. You can go and buy it for $7,000. There actually is a few other options. One for $25,000 and one for $10,000. Now here we've got the Hippogriff Hatchling. This little guy comes from the Heroes of Azeroth expansion. The chances are 1 in 242 booster packs. It's also saying the average cost of obtaining this is $454. Fortunately for you, if you want to buy this pet now, it's only going to cost you $39. Next up is the Dragon Kite, and what's special about this is it can appear in one of 4 colours: red, blue, green or purple. Supposedly every few minutes a bolt of lightning hits the kite and travels down the string to zap you, shaking your screen, but it does no damage. You got this pet from the March of the Legion expansion in 1 out of 363 packs. The average cost of this item is $908. Fortunately, if you want to buy it now, it's only $79. Now we've got the Rocket Chicken. Now the first time I summoned this, he actually blew himself up, which I was not expecting, but is part of his skill set. Now this little guy was from the March of the Legion expansion. This is one of the cooler pets in my opinion, and you had a chance of getting him in 1 out of 181 packs. The average cost of him is $453, but you can buy him for $8.99 right now if you want to get him on the actual game. We have the Nether Whelp. So you got this from the Burning Crusade Collector's Edition. Probably one of the most expensive remaining pets. It costs $900. I'm not sure if Blizzard will re-release this or put it on the store or anything. I haven't seen any news about it, and if there has been news, I've been blind to it. Last but not least, we have a very special pet called the Ethereal Soul Trader. When you kill something in your level range and you have the Ethereal Soul Trader with you, he will give you an Ethereal credit. If you get enough Ethereal credits, you can buy items from him. Here's what happens if you use the Ethereal Mutagen on a pet. Supposedly, it also turns them into little horror things. However, on the server I'm testing this on, that doesn't work. So here's what happens if you use the Ethereal Liquor. Supposedly, it's meant to turn you into a flesh beast. I'm not sure if it's meant to turn you into a pig or not. Here's what the Ethereal Essence Spear looks like when you throw it. So yeah, as I said, this guy's from the Hunt for Illidan expansion pack. Chances of getting him is 1 out of 264 packs. and the average cost is $715. If you wanted to buy them right now, it'd cost you $119. As far as I'm aware, this is the last rare pet, so now we can move on to mounts. Alright, and first up for mounts is the ever desired spectral tiger. So there's two versions of the spectral tiger, a 60% and a 100%. The one that I'm showcasing here is the blue 60% version that you can use at level 30. So as you can see on the 60% version, there's no armour on the tail or legs. Now here's the 100% version. So the difference here is it's faster, and it also has armour on the tail and legs. If you did pull the Spectral Tiger card back in the day from a Fires of Outland expansion pack, then you would be given both of the mounts. So the chances of getting this is 1 out of 484 packs. The average cost of obtaining this loot is $2,823. If you wanted to buy this mount, the cheapest you could probably get it right now is $8,000. That's just insane. And unobtainable for 99.99% of the player base. We can dream though, right? The next mount is the Big Battle Bear. Probably one of the coolest mounts in the game. Got it from the Drums of War expansion pack, and the chances of getting it was 1 in 264 packs. The average cost is $715. If you wanted to buy it right now, it would cost $400. Much more affordable, but still out of my price range personally. Don't know about you guys. However, this is a really cool mount, and if Blizzard does do a TCG store, you can expect it to be on there. Next up is the Riding Turtle. Now this just goes at ground speed, it's not very fast at all. As you can see, it's a turtle, you know, so it's what you use when you're AFK in a city with nothing else to do. So this was obtained from the Heroes of Azeroth expansion pack. The chances of getting it is 1 in 484 packs, and the average cost is $908. And you could buy it right now for $229. Now, as far as I'm aware, this is the very last TCG mount in TBC, and it's called the X51 Nether Rocket. Got some pretty evil faces on the side. Okay, so just like the Spectral Tiger, this comes with two different mount versions. The normal Nether Rocket and the Nether Rocket Extreme. So as you can imagine, it does what it says on the tin. It's extreme, so it goes fast. It's also red instead of blue. That's the only difference I've really noticed. So you got this from the Servants of the Betrayer expansion pack, and the chances of getting this is 1 in 264 packs. The average cost is $715, and you could buy it right now for $1,500. Finally done with mounts. Alright. But wait, you say, there's one more you haven't covered. The goddamn zebra. You could obtain this repainted horse from the Recruit a Friend program back in TBC. If the person you recruited bought 2 months of game time, you would then be given this mount. I could only imagine Blizzard would reintroduce this if they also reintroduce Recruit a Friend. Do you think they will? Leave a comment below. The first toy I'm going to show is the Flag of Ownership. This is a pretty disrespectful item. It does make a very funny noise when you plant it into the corpse of your enemy. Your character will also announce that they've planted the flag into the corpse of an enemy. The amount of disrespect you could put on someone in a battleground by just planting this flag in their corpse, I would be seething. This item comes from the Drums of War expansion pack. Chances of getting it is 1 in 132 packs. The average cost is $358, and if you wanted to buy it right now, it would cost you $500. Alright, next up is the Goblin Weather Machine Prototype 01B. Now this one's pretty boring to me. It just puts a bit of a weather effect above your head. There's nothing really that special about it. It comes from the Servants of the Betrayer expansion pack. Chances of getting it is 1 in 132 packs. And the average cost is $358. If you wanted to buy this toy right now, it would cost you $270. Next up is the Carved Ogre Idol. This is very likely one of the best transformation trinkets in the game. It turns you into a red ogre for 10 minutes, and it also has a 10-minute cooldown, which means you can basically be a red ogre permanently. Alright, and I just realised how tough this item actually was to get back in the day. So we already know how we obtain the tabards with the UDE points. Well, this costs 25,000 UDE points. According to WowTCGloot.com, booster boxes contain 2,400 UDE points. So by my calculation, you'd need to buy 11 boxes to get enough points to buy this. The average cost is $625. If you wanted to buy this right now, it would cost you $7,000. That's one expensive transformation. Next up we've got the Path of Illidan. So this basically just leaves a fellfire over where you've walked. Does look pretty cool. It lasts 5 minutes, and once you've used it, you've used it. However, it does come in a stack of 100. So you get given 100 Paths of Illidan. This comes from the Hunt for Illidan expansion pack. It's actually quite common, you can get it in 1 in 11 packs. And the average cost is $30. If you wanted to buy it right now, it would cost $7.25. Next up we got the Party Grenade. Now this is actually super common. Basically, if you're inside the grenade's explosion, you will receive a buff that will make you dance for 1 minute. When you redeem the code for this, you get 100 grenades. You get it from the Drums of War expansion pack, and the chances of getting it is 1 in 11 packs. The average cost is $30, and you could buy it right now for $1, so very, very cheap. It's a cool little item that you can use. You probably see a lot of people using it in the main cities. Alright, now we've got one that you probably know. It's the Disco. So fun fact, Disco actually stands for Dancers Integrated Sonic Celebration Oscillator. It has this cool boing effect when you summon it, so it creates a nice little light show on the ground. A unique disco sound is played, and if you right click on it, then you'll start dancing. To be honest, I actually haven't seen this item in game before either, or Realms. I've never seen anyone with it. But it's a cool little item to have for the Orgrimmar and Stormwind dance parties. So this comes from the Hunt for Illidan expansion pack. Chances of getting it is 1 in 132 packs. And the average cost is $358. If you wanted to buy it right now, it'd cost you $200. Now we've got the good old fishing chair. Now this is something I actually have seen before in official realms. You can pretty much whip this out anywhere you want. It's a pretty cool looking item, I must admit. It comes from the Fires of Outland expansion pack. Chances of getting it is 1 in 242 packs. The average cost is $1,412. But if you wanted to buy it right now, you could buy it for $105. This is one of those really cool cosmetic items that I wish was actually in the game and earnable. Now we've got the Perpetual Purple Firework. So this one, as you can imagine, is just a firework. You put it in your trinket slot and you can use it an infinite amount of times. It actually costs 3,000 UDE points. The average cost is $75 and is currently out of stock, so you can't actually buy this item even if you wanted to. Now we've got Imp in a Ball, but the only problem with this is on the server I'm actually showcasing this on, Imp in a Ball isn't scripted, as you can imagine, so I can't actually show you what it would actually look like unless I want to go onto the Endless private server store and buy it on there for £10, which I really don't want to do, so I'm just going to have to tell you guys what it does. It makes the same noise that imps make when they're summoned by a warlock. The imp will shake up and down for a few seconds and then announce a fortune to your group. The number of different fortunes is very large. The answers given can be cryptic and insulting. Supposedly, this is the rarest card in the Through the Dark Portal expansion pack. Got a comment on Wowhead from a guy called Slavicus who doesn't seem too impressed by it. He says, "Got it today. All I can say is that it's currently not too exciting. You right click the item, the imp NPC appears briefly, whispers you the random answer and disappears. Nothing to show off. Others can't use the NPC other than seeing him, and he hopes that Blizzard changes it in future patches." The chances of getting this item is 1 in 484 packs. So the average cost of this item is $807. And here we've got probably one of the best items ever made in the game. The Murloc costume. So this was actually obtained by attending BlizzCon 2007. And there was only 15,000 codes printed for this. It has very humorous animations. I've actually only seen this once or twice on official servers. You can literally use this item as much as you want because there's no cooldown on it, and it lasts for 60 minutes. However, the effect is broken if you enter combat. Here you can see one of the coolest dances in the game. You'll find that most of the emotes actually work. Blizzard actually did put some effort into this. Pointing, nodding, dancing, /rude, it all works. It all has unique animations, which I think is really cool. If you wanted to buy it right now, it would only cost you $95, which is pretty cheap. I thought it'd be a lot more money for this. So now we've got something a lot of people probably won't care about. Papa Hummel's Old Fashioned Pet Biscuit. Now this basically doubles the size of your non-combat pet. You can't use this on hunter pets or anything like that, or warlock pets. It's only usable on non-combat pets. When you redeem the code, you get given 50 biscuits, and the card is supposedly super common. It comes from the Servants of the Betrayer expansion. Chances of getting it is 1 in 11 packs. The average price is $30, and if you wanted to buy it on retail right now, it's only $1.95. The Paper Flying Machine Kit. So basically by using this, you conjure up a paper flying machine, which you can then throw at another player. This comes from the March of the Legion expansion pack. Chances of getting it is 1 in 121 packs. The average cost is $303, but you could buy it right now for around $12. Alright boys, this is the last one as far as I'm aware, and it's called the Picnic Basket. So you basically just put an umbrella down and a grill, just to chill out, you know, that's what you do, you're just chilling out, you're putting a picnic down, you know, share it with your friends I guess. I did open up the grill to see what was in there, but it was pure garbage. So this comes from the Through the Dark Portal expansion. Chances of getting it is 1 in 121 packs. And the average cost is $202. You could buy it right now on retail for around $24, which is it's a pretty good deal in my opinion. But just like the fishing chair, I feel like this should be earnable in the game. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If I missed absolutely anything, then please let me know. I'm pretty sure though I covered absolutely everything. This video has taken me quite a while to make, so if you did enjoy it, then please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you very, very soon.